Let's talk about the smart node installation. So this is the smart node. The smart node is typically going to be used for any terminal zone damper application. So if you're thinking VAVs or VVTs, you should be thinking about putting one of these on those dampers. So what comes in the box is the smart node itself with the magnetic cover, just like that. The other things in the box are a DIN rail mounting clip like this, and the 2 screws to secure it to the back of the smart node. And then you also get these 2 black screws here. These are machine screws to mount the smart node to a sheet metal bracket. So it's another option. It's sold separately. Often it's mounted already on the dampers that you're ordering for your DAB applications. So with that, let's go talk about mounting this thing. So when you're mounting it, again, it's got a magnetic cover. So then let's talk about mounting this thing. And before I do that, real quick, I forgot to talk about the buttons. So on here, there's 4 buttons and a screen. So up, down, right, left. To remove the cover, it's just a magnetic cover. There's 4 magnets in the corners. You pull that off. You can set it aside while you're doing all of your installation. So on here is all of your inputs and outputs. So I'll start on the right side. I've got 4 analog outputs on the right, plus a couple 24-volt terminals for powering actuators. I've got my POR A and B ports. This is for my communication down to the 2-wire sensors. I've also got a sensor bus. This is if we're using some of the older sensors that still use the plug-in style sensor bus. I've got 24 volts and ground on the bottom. Then I've got 4 relays. So if I've got a series fan, parallel fan, 2-stage reheat, 4-stage reheat, whatever, I can use these relays for that. Then on the left side, I've got an RS-485 port. If I'm ever going to use this as a standalone BACnet or Modbus controller, I can use that RS-485 port. I've got a USB-C, which is only used for programming. You should never have to use that. Then I've got my dedicated power in over here for 24 volts and ground or common. Everywhere that I see 24 volts, it is internally jumpered here. Same thing with ground. So if I plug in power to one of these, all of the others will become hot. Then up here at the top, I've got my universal inputs. I have 4 of those and another bank of 24 volt power for powering certain sensors. Then here we've got an optionally integrated differential pressure sensor. So if I'm doing my ASHRAE guideline 36 VAV sequences, I need to read my CFM, and you'd plug in your ring and tube tubing to these ports here, high and low. So when you're inserting the wire, these are all lever connector. So you just lift them up like so. If I lift them up, the spring is released. I can put my wire in and snap them down. And you see how I left one exposed. If I try to put my cover on, it's going to not fit all the way, and that's going to be very obvious. So that'll be my indicator that maybe I didn't put all my levers back down. So otherwise, that's as simple as wiring is. It's meant to be very simple. When it comes to mounting, I've got 2 options. I've got one, which is my DIN rail option. That's this guy. This DIN rail option is going to seat on these 2 holes here using the 2 little machine screws that would just go in and attach this DIN rail to the back. There's also the sheet metal bracket which go with these 2 black screws. That bracket comes with these cage nuts on it that line up with the 2 outer holes here. So I would put this on and I could line it up and I would put in those 2 black sheet metal screws. So the beauty of this is it comes with some zip tie places I can get zip tie for better strain relief. With that, that is your smart node mounting and wiring.